Hello, my name is Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we're going to be headed all the way back to 1985 and 1992 to listen to On the Tray 7 Years and Your Way to India by German singer Sandra, formerly of Arabesque. And this video comes courtesy of my amazing supporter here and over on Patreon, Shafiq Itani. So thank you so very much, Shafiq, for all your constant support and for introducing me to a new phase of Sandra's career. It should be noted that her record sales worldwide exceed 33 million, wow, making her the most successful German female vocalist. On the Tray 7 Years comes from The Long Play, her first solo album. The lyrics present themes of longing, reflection, and the complexities and pains of love over an extended period of 7 years. Let's go. Cool bass. Telling you, 80s, 80s, 80s. This is so 80s. You know that's my favorite decade. Such a transportive song. It just takes me back to those, early years. I was, 5 through 15 in the 80s. So, of course, my formative years, so many epic memories tied to a sound just like this. So many other songs reminded me of this one. It just has that beautiful vibe, that feeling that you can't even describe, that just takes you back to childhood. You all know that music is a time machine. That's why the theme of the channel is, time travel back to the past in our heads. That's so, so beautiful. Yeah, definitely somewhat of a different vibe here compared to all her arabesque songs that I've heard. Kind of a little bit more mature. I mean, it makes sense. It's her own evolution. She's now solo. So, the rest of the ladies are not backing her up. Not a hugely different vibe, but just enough of a difference of a turn to show, that she's headed in her own lane, in her own direction. Of course, I talked about that beautiful, instantly transportive nostalgia that this song brings. It's just a pure 80s love song, full of urgency, full of heartache. That makes for dramatic, beautiful, impressionable songs. And to me, this one is so reminiscent of so many of the amazing greats, those great female bands, groups of the 80s, from Expose, Sweet Sensation, Seduction, Lisa Lisa. I'm not sure if you know any of those, but, I was a product of the 80s, a product of what my sisters were listening to. They were older than me. That older siblings often form, our musical opinions. So I thank them for all the amazing artists they got me into. But anyway, it just referenced those amazing girl bands for me. I love them all. And plenty of musical highlights in this one. The super thick bass going on. So cool, driving the song beautifully, sounding beautiful. Plenty of dreamy synths just hanging out in the back. Love that. Kind of flowing the song along. And then those stab notes. So cool. Just made the song that much more memorable. I did like that the title of the song, On the Tray, was literally sung by a man, I'm pretty sure. That was cool, unexpected, just added some variety to the song. And Sandra's delivery, great as always. Almost like a childlike element in this one that I didn't remember in her arabesque work. So again, her own lane, her own evolution. I appreciate that. Plenty of reflective, kind of solemn melodies, especially with the keys in this one. Very appropriate to match the subject matter. But it was cool, especially at the end, I noticed. I was feeling, pure uncertainty, almost fear. And then a few seconds later, the music changed to hope and calm. I love that. Again, just illustrating beautifully the multifaceted nature of love itself. Yeah, great song. I'm going to give it 5 super shiny golden records, an A+ for On the Tray, 7 Years by Sandra, 1985. All right, now on to Your Way to India. Comes from Close to 7, her 5th solo album, which echoed the material of her other project, Enigma. You know how much I adore that group. The song portrays a complex emotional landscape where the narrator reflects on a relationship marked by distance and deep yearning. Let's check it out. Beautiful tone. Vibes of Kate Bush. Wow. Valley.
You left me blind, and we can't talk anymore.
Here is my heart, I feel for you. Loving it now, what can I do?
On the way to India, you see the light. On your way to India, you're returning light.
Like a soul without
On the way to India,
my world keeps turning.
have me in mind.
Keep on searching all the time.
Gonna be alright.
I miss you.
On the way to India.
Chills.
On the way to India,
I need you so.
you see the light.
I was a fool to leave you,
On your way to India,
but I really had no choice.
you're returning light.
Like a soul without
On the way to India,
keeps turning.
have me in mind.
Keep on searching all the time.
Gonna be alright.
I miss you.
On the way to India.
Okay then, did not expect that. It had the word India in the title. I should have known. I literally said it had influences of Enigma before I heard the song. I should have known. That was stunning, a beautiful ride. And talk about different. I thought the first song was different from Arabesque. This is completely a 180 and I loved it. Wow, so we get a glorious opening, setting the tone, the vibe, the atmosphere, but little did I know where the song was going to go. The keys, perfection. The deep keyboard bass drum, boo, perfection. The keyboard percussion, perfection at the beginning and through the whole song. Wow, I love the electronic glory in this one. More excellent male vocals on this one, much more than the first song. I love that. It looks like Andy Hard was the singer. Incredible. They worked so well together. I love when they were singing together, and then, of course, the back and forth. So effective. I love when that bigger, excellent drum beat kicks in. I think it's all done on the computer with synths, keyboards, whatever. It just sounded glorious. Same with Enigma. They have very similar. Again, Sandra, beautiful voice, but she sounded almost like a different singer here, a different person. So pure versatility. I love that. And I think these were the first tears that Sandra drew out of me between her solo career and Arabesque. I'm pretty certain about that. It was well worth every drop. Yeah, like I said, the Enigma influence so apparent here. I adore their music. I adore this. It's the same couple working on the production, so it makes sense. But I'm also hearing shades of, in the music, I'm hearing shades of Kate Bush. I mentioned that. Annie Lennox, Enya, just so many of the greats of the 90s. Wow. Very emotional, very stunning. A top song moment was that breakdown, everything cut out, just a few sounds. It wasn't much, but it did a lot to me. I loved it. And then boom, back into that big triumphant music. Wow, what a journey this one was. Yeah, between the music and the vocal lines, both male and female, the way they sang separately together, it all just painted that picture of the sorrow, the distance in the relationship. 100% effective. That's probably part of the reason I got so emotional, besides the beautiful music. Then they add on a perfect and poignant, crying out electric guitar solo. Looks like that was done by Tom Leonhardt. Beautiful, stunning, powerful, very effective. You probably saw it in my face. Yes, I closed my eyes a lot in these reactions, but I think I did so more here, especially in the second half, because I was completely lost in the music, the world that they were drawing me into, the beauty of it all, the emotion of it all. Wow. I love getting lost. Hopefully it doesn't bother you. Seeing my eyes closed, looks like I'm asleep probably. But for me, I just love it because I'm transported to this beautiful other world. And then they just slowly take us out, down, with that subtly hopeful and calm fade out. Yeah, so quite simply a beautiful, powerful stunner. This one's getting the double epic platinum record award, absolutely, for Your Way to India by Sandra, 1992. Thank you so very much. The amazing Sandra, Michael Cretu, Marcus Luhr, Hubert Kemmler, Tom Leonhardt, Andy Hard, and of course, Shafiq Itani. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. If you wish to chat about these two, I would love to know what you think. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.